Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning! We have another question right here to start off our show. Have you ever felt like something is off? Like your job, your routine, even your lifestyle. But you are scared to change because it feels too big.
And today we're going to be talking about the quiet. I should say that quietly. The quiet.
Bedroom voice, bedroom voice.
The quiet pivot. Those small steady shifts. So quiet pivots, those small steady shifts in life that tell you it's time to take another path without needing to flip everything upside down.
So get ready for an interesting morning because this is GM2U.
Alright, welcome back to another episode of GM2U. And as we said in the intro, today we are going to talk about the quiet pivots. The quiet pivots. ASMR. Quiet pivots. Anyway, so yeah, we're going to be talking about the quiet pivots, you know, like those moments where you're just tired. You're constantly, you know, dreading to get out of bed in the morning. There's just lack of excitement in your life. So, what is quiet pivot? I think this started with the idea of quiet quitting.
Yeah.
In the workplace, right?
Yeah.
Where you're just like burnt out, you know, like you're so tired with, you know, doing your regular tasks and just, you know, you quiet quit, basically. You do the bare minimum of what you need to do at work. You're not doing extra. You're still hitting what you need to do, but you're not going above that. You know, as they say, work up only to your wage.
Correct. We clap to that, everyone.
Anyway, so how do these things happen? Or what are the signs of, you know, it's time to pivot or time to quiet pivot, time to change the routine. So some of the signs that we've encountered, you know, like the signs of misalignment that made us do a pivot in our lives is, you know, there's like constant dread. Like you can't just, like you dread going to work or you dread talking to this person.
Yeah. It's like,
you know,
carrying a cross every day.
Exactly. It's just like so much weight. Like it just feels a lot. It feels that you're putting too much effort. Yeah. It feels like you're putting too much effort into doing this something. Another one is that you have literally no energy putting into this. Good thing that we don't have that here in GM2U. We're always energetic there. Pew, 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 pew. Brian! Oh my God. So definitely we're not going to quite quit on you guys. We love what we do. Or another sign of misalignment is the lack of excitement. It's one of those things where, you know, it's kind of like if we're going to talk about the workplace. Let's say your boss gives you a task that you don't really want to do. Or they've been, you know, making you do work that's not even part of your job description. I knew it. I knew Stephen was going to react. But yeah, like all of this, you know, like, again, it started in the workplace with quiet quitting. It doesn't necessarily mean that the pivot that you're doing is a drastic change.
Yeah.
It's gradual. It's
Yeah.
gentle. It's exploratory.
Yeah. Sometimes
Very
people.
deep words. Very performative.
Oh. But yeah, sometimes people think that when you need to pivot, it's like you're gonna totally change your environment.
Yeah.
Like, if you are from an advertising background and you've worked in advertising, you would need to change and you want to pivot, you would pivot to banking and finance. So it's not like that. So
No.
I'd like to remind our audiences how Migs put it nicely when he was giving me advice about this same thing. So he said that instead of saying you pivot, let's put it in a perspective where you reframe yourself.
Yes.
So it's the same picture, but you
Yes.
put it on a different, more beautiful frame, hopefully. Right?
Exactly. It's a matter of, let's say you have a dream of being a singer, you know?
Yeah.
You have a dream of, being a singer that sings in front of a lot of people. As you grow older, you realize that it's a little bit hard to do that. It's a little bit too much of an effort to do.
Yeah.
But it's still your passion. It's still something you like to do. So what can you do with regards to that? You can start, you can start coaching for singing. You can do open mics. See, they're not that big of a change to what you want to do. It still correlates on, your the goal, basically. But you just change it a little bit. Still aiming for the same thing, but it's a little bit different.
Yeah. You're
So what
still
are-
singing, but a different venue.
Yeah, exactly. So it relates to, quiet pivot. So what are examples of quiet pivoting? One is trying a side hustle before quitting your job. Because it's such a big thing nowadays. Like, people like the idea of quitting cold turkey. Like, they just straight up just quit. Like, I'm done. I don't like doing this.
Yeah.
They just quit. But you got to realize, do you have anything that's gonna, do you have a fallback? Which, when emotions are high, you don't really think about that. So instead of just quitting your job, try a side hustle first. Like what I said earlier, quiet quitting, you just do the bare minimum and then save the rest of your energy for what you actually like to do. Another one of a quiet pivot is shifting your schedule in a way. So instead of having like a nightlife, maybe maybe do morning hikes instead.
Yeah.
I think this is a little bit. This one is a little bit more of a louder pivot, especially when you go out in a group. But if it's just you, then definitely it's a quiet pivot. But if you're in a group, you're suddenly like slowly backing away from that scene. Another one is, learning a new skill on the side. You're not pressured to do it. You just like learning about it, which a lot of people are doing now. Like, a lot of people are learning how to cook. A lot of people are, learning a sport. That's why, like, pickleball is such a big thing. Tennis. It's not that hard to do that on the weekend. It's much more fun because you're in a group.
Yeah.
So quiet pivoting is just really a lot of those like small changes in your life, small breaks in your routine that just helps you, be a little bit more human.
Yeah, it puts your mind in a different area or perspective.
Exactly.
Instead of you just focusing on solely your job, on your hurts about your boss.
Right.
So it changes your mind. It changes
That
your
is true.
mind a bit.
Now let's look at the quiet pivot in a Filipino angle. So doing this is kind of hard, I would say, in a regular Filipino,
Yeah,
traditional
sure.
family. Just because when you do this, like in a family setting, especially if you're the breadwinner,
Yeah.
yikes
Yikes.
indeed. Like, I'm not saying it is how it is in the Philippines, but there are a majority of
Yeah.
families in the Philippines where the parents are relying on their children to be
As
the
the
one to get them
breadwinner.
out. Exactly, to be the breadwinner, to get them out
And-
of their hard times. Go ahead.
And actually, as majority of the people, the Filipino family settings, when you say that you are the breadwinner, you are solely the breadwinner. For
Yeah.
example, what do I mean? Example, you have 6 siblings, and you're not necessarily the eldest one,
Yeah.
but you are the one who were, let's say, fortunate to have a job.
Mm-hmm.
So what will happen is you will work until everyone in your family gets to finish college or school, gets a job. That is a big if,
Right.
right? So it's not a guarantee. Most of the time, the siblings would either marry early,
Yeah.
they would not care about their future,
Right.
and what would happen is the sole breadwinner will be enslaved
Yeah.
because the other family members have not fixed their life. They have not pivoted
Exactly.
from how desperate they were
Right.
in the
Yeah.
beginning. They haven't improved their
Exactly.
quality of living. So that's the sad part of being a breadwinner in a
Right.
Filipino household.
That is true. And it goes back to, like I said earlier, like where the parents are relying
Yeah.
on their breadwinner child. And whenever this breadwinner child finally stands up to the parents, the toxic mindset of in Filipino utang na loob, or being indebted to whatever they've done to you. Like it's all over Filipino media, in movies, TV series, where a child will like, this is what I provide, blah blah blah, and then the parent would always say, in Filipino, papunta ka pa lang, pabalik na ako.
And then they
It's-
will be slapped.
Exactly. You know what's funny? I had a
What?
I had a
Yeah.
classmate. I had a classmate in high school, where he had the same situation. He was rebelling. He's micro rebelling. Hey, bring it back to the old episode. Anyway, he was rebelling against his parents, and then his dad told him, "Papunta ka pa lang, pabalik na ako." Or in English, you're how do I say it? You're just on your way. I'm already headed back. Basically, that's the direct translation. And then my classmate, his answer to that is, "Why didn't we meet? Ba't hindi tayo nagkita?" Why didn't we meet? I'm still going. You're coming back. Why didn't we meet? Why didn't we meet each other in the middle? It's very smart. Unfortunately, because of his answer, he got kicked out of the house.
The dad was not specifying where he was going. Maybe
Exactly.
going back to heaven. Where going to hell? I don't know. Maybe that's why they didn't meet.
Right. And I think, like just because of that kind of mindset where, it just becomes really toxic. Just because, all the expectations are put on your shoulders. I'm really grateful to my parents that they're not like that. They're not perfect, but they really did their best to, provide me with what I need and even want in life. So, shout out to my parents. My dad's literally on the other side of the room. I don't know if he's hearing me, but I love you. Thank you for everything. But yeah, like I'm pretty sure like for everybody else it's just harder just because, the real concept of utang na loob or being indebted to other people, to parents, to siblings, to partners. It just becomes really toxic, and it just makes pivoting to a better path
Yeah.
even harder.
Yeah.
But the great news, the best news about this is it's not impossible. There's always a way.
Yeah.
And it goes back to our previous episode about just saying no.
No.
Setting boundaries, you know? And, you know, again, no one's perfect, but you gotta try. There's no harm in trying, as they say.
When you really want to change something in your life and to pivot, like a career, whatever, you need to prepare yourself for some hurtful comments that you'll hear from people. Like that is expected from society. They would have certain things that they would say, oh, he pivoted because he was not meant for this, really, at all. So, you need to prepare yourself for that. But at the same time, yeah, that would be hurtful. You would lose some friends, but think about it. Think about your principle, your beliefs in life. Think about yourself. So it's like self-care as well. The comments, they will be temporary. Maybe 1 to 4 years based on my experience. Or longer. I don't know. But majority of the hurt that was inculcated to me by my previous job is already gone.
Right.
I'm not saying we're gonna forgive those people, but what I'm saying is I have learned to have my self-respect back, to regain my self-respect back.
Yeah.
Because in my previous job, I was working like until late in the evening. And then I would wake up early in the morning to go to the office. And then no one would give a damn about what I'm doing there.
Yeah.
So I'm just like existing in that company. So when I thought that it's time to pivot, okay, I didn't expect the hurtful comments, but it is necessary when you choose to pivot, when you choose yourself.
I don't know if our listeners listen to Tito Mikey, the Filipino influencer.
Oh, yeah.
So I listened to Tito Mikey's podcast, and he was talking about, and I've mentioned this before, where, you know, if you want to be a certain type of person, you have to deal with the naysayers. Like, you're always going to encounter them. Let's say, like in Tito Mikey's, shout out to Tito Mikey. I love your podcast. Anyway, he was saying that, he was getting haters just because, he was starting to do running, run clubs and whatever. Like, people are saying like, oh, he's just, you know, trying to get into the trend. Like, he just wants to be significant again.
What?
So, you know, that's very hurtful, right? But he just kept at it. Why? Because he wanted to become the runner. He wanted to be a runner. That's why I mentioned this. You gotta fake it till you make it a little bit. Not in a negative sense, but because you gotta pretend that, you know, you're a runner already to be a runner. It's the same thing if you want to be a singer. You pretend to be a singer. You sing in the shower. You go, you know, open mics. You know, you sing in public. So you're not really like an award-winning singer yet, but
you're absorbing already the identity,
exactly,
the basics. Yeah,
exactly. All of this is just building up your experience to become what you want to be. With all these naysayers, you know, it's just a quiet pivot in your head to just shut off what they say, not listen to it. You know, just let what you believe be the one that guides you. All right, since we are talking about pivoting, and I hate this so much because we're gonna be talking about pivoting on food choices.
But this is one thing you shouldn't pivot, guys, unless your doctor says.
It's so hard. I remember when I was told that I was pre-diabetic. oh my god, the amount of food that I couldn't eat till I got a little bit healthier.
Aw. That's why Ozempic was made. So you could eat. Joke.
I don't do it. But getting into pivoting food choices, again, this is definitely, more based on your health, also your taste, your experiences. There's a lot of factors that factor in. Wow, there's a lot of factors that factor in. Wow. There's a lot of factors that affect your food choices moving forward. Like, in my experience, the food that I used to eat when I was a kid, like pancit canton, whatever, like fast food or chips or whatever, I don't prefer them anymore. It feels like because I've put myself out there to try different cuisines from all over the world, from different people, from different cultures. I prefer home cooked meals now, or like deliberately prepared meals, just because I think they're healthier. I think they're more flavorful. There's more effort into it, so they show more care. That's their way of, telling you that I put my love for food in this. Pivoting in food choices is based on experience throughout, as you get older. Another big one is soft drinks. I still drink some, but I still drink soft drinks, but I drink zero sugar or diet now.
Yes.
I don't go for the main. I don't go for, let's say,
the regular one.
Exactly. If I have a choice of like regular Coke or Diet Coke or Coke Zero, I'm always gonna go for Coke Zero.
Yeah.
Like, I know aspartame is not good for your body, but 0 calories and less sugar. Choose the lesser evil, because quitting cold turkey is not good for you. You're just gonna, you're just gonna fall back into the habit.
Yeah, you go crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
And you don't get your Coke fix. Yeah, for me, it's the same. But not with cola.
Yeah.
With milk tea. So when I was in high school up to college, I would always drink milk tea like twice a week. So this shift was not a conscious choice, but rather it's more of your taste buds telling you, oh, milk tea tastes like meh.
Yeah, it's just
Already.
straight up sugar. Yeah.
So so one time I was able to try a flavored tea. So these are the more fruit punchy taste teas that have popping boba or what you have in the milk tea shop. So tasted so good. It tasted so clean. And then another shift happened. I started to drink tea. But when I was younger, I was not drinking tea because my reason was, oh, I'm not a goat. I won't drink boiled grass.
That's fair.
So those shifts, those pivots were not conscious choices, but it was not ordered by any doctor.
Yeah.
It was not advised by a cousin or a relative. It was just a taste bud choice.
Yeah.
So to speak. Yeah.
Like, it just, like, again, I think as we grow older, we lose a little bit of our sense of taste. I think. Don't quote me on that. I think that's just how it is. So our taste
Don't you have COVID if that happens?
No, I mean, like, like when we were kids, I think, like, how our tongue is like separated into 4 different sectors. You got the salty, the bitter, the sweet, and the bitter at the back. I think, like, as we grew older, like, because the sweet the sweet tasting taste buds are like more up the front. I think as we grow older, I think, like, the taste receptors on our tongue just change a little bit. I don't know this. This is speculation. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a doctor. All I know is that I know that as we grow older, our taste buds change. So that's it. Another pivot that a lot of people do, especially for working individuals, is and this was me before, where I would literally not eat breakfast because I'm the type to just get up, go straight to work, and then just have brunch or just eat a heavy lunch. But that actually hurt me even more going down the line, because if you do it for too long, like not having breakfast, and and as they say, breakfast is the most important meal of the day. It's the meal that gives you the most energy throughout the day. If you don't have anything, then you're just not gonna have energy, and that's why a lot of people are hangry. I know some people, use coffee as an alternative for this, but too much coffee too is not bad. Is not good for you. It says on our script, try brown rice sinangag or brown rice garlic rice. I mean, yes, it's still garlic rice, sure, but
It tastes like chicken pellets.
exactly, they're so dry.
Yeah.
So, I guess if you want to be a little bit healthier.
Wait till you try purple rice.
Oh, I've had that. I had red rice. I had black rice.
Yeah.
I had
tastes
quinoa.
so
I had
good.
corn. I tried everything because I'm
gosh.
a very big rice guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've tried everything. It's hard. This is a pivot that I'm still trying to adjust to, but I just can't. Just because rice is life. As any Asian household is, rice is life.
That sticky white steamy rice.
Exactly.
White rice.
Yeah, exactly. The Japanese small grain sticky rice. Mwah. Glorious. Anyway, that's for our episode today. I'm Miguel.
And I'm Stephen, and we will see you again next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.